Hello and welcome to Today with Charlene. I'm so glad you joined us. We are with some really wonderful ladies that are dear friends of mine, and we're going to be talking about Christmas House. And many of you love Christmas House. I hear from you when we air the programs, and some of you came because you never even knew about it. So you're going to hear about Christmas House 2016. So you want to call some friends and you want to stick by, you want to get your favorite drink. We have our favorite coffee and water in our cups, and join us around the table and hear about Christmas House 2016. And with that said, I want to introduce my guests to you. Right here to my left, your right, this is Karen Kent, and she is one of, I should back up and tell you, these are the Christmas House chairwomen, and you're going to hear what that means and what that's about. This is Nancy Kaufman, and we have Tandy Opal, and we're so glad you joined us. Opsel. Sorry, you gotta, thank God we don't read teleprompters here, so a lot of times we mess up, but it's okay. People are real, aren't they? They are.
Absolutely.
And we have so much fun with Christmas House. I'm part of this organization, so it's very near and dear to my heart, Christmas House and everything that we do for Christmas House. And why don't we start with any one of you that want to jump in, and let's tell them a little bit about Christmas House, because I'm still going everywhere in the city and people have never been to Christmas House. Never. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So we have to keep telling them. And so let's start out with telling them a little bit about it, and then somebody can jump in, and we need to tell the address every few minutes so that they will know.
This is our 48th annual Christmas
It
House.
is so
This is
cool.
48 years
That
of doing
is
Christmas
so
House.
cool.
It started as a simple home preview with a bake sale and a few crafts, and now we take over large houses, any houses we can find.
Anybody let us?
Anybody that wants to
And we
volunteer.
fill it up. We move them
Yes.
out on Wednesday. We fill it with crafts and fantastic baked goods and anything we can think of to make and sell. And then people come visit the house and they buy things, and we make money that we then put every cent back into the community.
Every cent, and that's what's so important. You know, when you come to Christmas House and people say it's $6 to get into the house, and that's been for years. And when you come, you might as well just be writing a check to Boys and Girls Club or wherever we give it to that year. We give it to a lot of people, help a lot of people in the city. And it's just like you writing a check to help somebody for charity. So just think of that when you come. And I hear sometimes of people walking through the house saying, oh wow, that's a little expensive. And we do keep the prices down, but you have to realize every single thing is handmade, and it's all for the community and for charity. So if you keep that in mind, then it's not going to be such a big issue. So you guys, where is it? Woo!
Well, Christmas House this year is going to be at 9880 Crystal Mountain Road. That's the home of David and Jen Audley. And they're kind of transplants here to Wyoming, relatively new. They're from Maryland. And so they heard about Christmas House and actually somehow got a hold of us and
Wow.
volunteered their home. So we're so excited to be there.
And it's a big house,
It's
isn't
a
it?
beautiful
and
house,
it
yeah.
is on
9880 Crystal Mountain Road.
Yay,
so
go for it, girl.
If you don't know where that is north on Whitney Road, and then you're going to turn a right on Telluride, and you'll see the big, beautiful home at the end of the road.
Really big.
But there is no parking at the house. We are going to have the local trolley pick up our guests at Our Savior Lutheran Church, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
right on Del Range, and
Yeah,
it's a 5-minute trip up to the house. They will drop you off at the house, pick you up at the house.
And they're going constantly, so you never have to wait for very long at all.
It's fun, huh?
We will make special considerations for anybody that needs to be up at the house. There's just no parking up there.
Yeah.
Yes. And so the trolley's a great thing. So if you just tuned in, we're talking about Christmas House 2016, 9880 Crystal Mountain Road, fabulous home of David and Jennifer Audley. And, you guys, we should tell them.
When it
What
is?
days? What days?
Well, Christmas House is always held on the first weekend in December, and this year that falls on December 2nd and December 3rd, which is a Friday and Saturday.
And so 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
On Friday.
And then December 3rd on Saturday, 9 to 3, correct? And I'll tell you, the early bird gets the worm. We have people that stand in line on Friday morning to get the things from Christmas House. And we have some fabulous things. Hey, girls, why don't we, right down here, keep the full shot just for a few minutes here, okay? Right down here is one of the doll. Tell about that dress.
Well, first, the doll, my mom happens to be the chairman for the vintage room, so we look for vintage items. And we found this doll last year at an estate sale. And we had a great member who thought, I could really make a beautiful Christmas dress for this doll.
Wow, she's beautiful too.
So one of our members, Vicki Wilkins, made that. She did her hair, she made the fur, but the cape, the coat that she's wearing, is made from curtains that were purchased
Wow.
from the
Wow.
governor's office at the Capitol building.
That's
so we just
awesome.
happened to run across these and thought we can do something with this.
This
and
is
it made this
beautiful.
beautiful coat.
And then what about this quilt, Nancy? Tell us about it.
This was made for Christmas house. It's just a little table topper, and we've got many things like this. This is one of our smaller ones. But we have table runners and big size quilts, and
And this is what I think is so
Yeah.
cute. This little, and this is out of wine
Wine
corks.
corks.
Wine corks, yeah.
And is that too cute? And this is a little ornament that would be hanging on your tree. And oh, there's just cute things this year. You've got to come. And then another wide shot we need to show. If you want to hold this up over there, this is just one of many angel wreaths that we made. And you can put it right down there, not the back side. Yeah.
There.
And just, yeah. And so that's one of the angels that will be there. And let me tell you, everything is priced right. You can get those angels. We made gold ones and blue ones and gold and silver themes and red. And those angels, not one of them are more than $25. And most of them, I think, have 20 on them. And so that's pretty darn good. This ribbon right here is $15.99 a roll. But, of course, we got a deal on it.
Like Charlene mentioned before, it really shouldn't be about the money.
Exactly.
Every single penny goes back into Laramie County.
Every dime.
We have 15% of our proceeds goes to our graduating seniors every year in the form of scholarships, and they can use those scholarships at any Wyoming college. And so, if you buy this angel, you may very well be supporting your son or daughter in college
Yes,
next
really.
year.
And then we have quite a few of these little guys. These are horse wreaths, horse heads. I just thought they were so cute. Maybe I can do like this. Is this better back there? Okay, right there. And these little guys, all of them are no more than $30. I mean, you cannot get this and something so creative and so cute,
Right.
especially if you're Western, What a great, great, great present that
Well, you
would
have
be.
to remember that all of the items are made by hand, most of them. I mean, we do have vintage room items, which are things that are from the past,
bought,
but
yes.
but they're unique and original, and not everybody has them, and so the value doesn't express that. This is something you can't get anywhere else.
Exactly. And again, for those who have just tuned in, we're with the Christmas House chairs from Christmas House 2016. As Nancy told you, 48th year. And every dime goes back to the community. We all work hard all year to present this to the public. And even if you don't want to buy anything, maybe you've done all your Christmas shopping. Some people already do it all in July. Come and enjoy the house. Come and enjoy the festivities and the food
Yes.
and all the stuff. And one thing people come into the Christmas house every year for, what? Baklava.
Yes,
Baklava.
which will definitely be there this year.
Yes, it will definitely be there, and we make it fresh just a few days prior to Christmas house, and it's fabulous. And it's a Greek recipe that my husband's Greek, and the gal that always did it, she's full Greek, and so we know how to make some baklava. And people come just for it, so make sure you come early Friday morning because it just goes, and we
goes
make
fast.
a lot of it. We make a lot of it. Okay, for you who just tuned in, tell them where the Christmas house is.
9880 Crystal Mountain Road. It's north on Whitney Road in Cheyenne. And we have parking at Our Savior Lutheran Church at Del Range in Van Buren, next to Del 9 School. There'll be a trolley running to and from, just there's actually several running, round robin trolleys all day long to from the church to the house.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful thing because it's hard to get up to the house and try to park.
If you spend a lot of things, money on a lot of things, and have a big purchase, we'll let you bring your car up and load it afterwards.
Yay! Yeah, because you got to bring your car up and get it all in there. Yeah, and so like there's no parking available at the home. That's why it's very important to tell you this. And you can take the trolley. I mean, people can drop you off. My husband drops me off just to, you know, be there all day. And so, but Christmas House 2016 we're talking about, and we're with our very special guests that are you know, we have Christmas House chairs, and they work very hard all year to put this together. And Karen Kent and Nancy Kaufman and Tandy. Go ahead, say your last name.
Tandy Opsal. It's
Opsal.
not a common name in this area, but yes.
I'm just like, I can't believe I said whatever I said. I said something that was wrong. And, you know, it was neat because you said they're really transplants to Cheyenne and to open their home.
Yeah.
These lovely people, you know, we really, if you go in and you see them or you see them around town, David and Jennifer Audley, I mean, thank them. What a wonderful thing to do, because really every dime goes back into this community, and it really helps people. And if you don't want to keep Old Angel, you can
She's fine.
I'm like, here we go, yeah. And so what else can we tell them about Christmas House?
What I would like to say is we may be sitting here as the chairs of Christmas House, but we are not the ones who really do Christmas House. We have wonderful, wonderful ladies in our organization, and many of them stepped up to the plate to do all of the things that make Christmas House. The angel room, the pet room, the gift room. Every member
Children's
makes a different room. We have a Western room. We have a this and that
Anything
room.
but Christmas.
We have all of these themed rooms. We have art room, and these women are the ones that craft and fill those rooms. Our room chairs are the ones that fill and
We should have
rooms.
brought one of those. You know, when you said children's room, we should have brought one of those.
Oh, the
Those kids love those.
Oh, yes,
and, you
and
shoot
they
the
go
marshmallows.
fast.
They go really
They go very
And
fast. So if
they-
you want a marshmallow shooter, you better show
Yeah,
up
gotta
early.
show up early. Yeah, and then you have these little necklaces. I mean, there's so many things that everything, like the pet room. I love the pet room. They have so many cute things in the pet room. And so, what do you think, you girls? You've seen a lot of the stuff. What's like one of your favorite themes this year? Because you get together and you make the theme up. And what is our theme this year of Christmas House? Let's tell people that.
Our theme this year is traditions.
Yes.
We every year we pick the chairs pick a different theme, and our theme was traditions because we're all very traditional women. We all come from varied backgrounds, and we like to bring a little bit of our ethnic backgrounds to include everybody's ethnic background.
Yes.
And so that's what, you know, we've done research, we've talked about various traditions around the world with the ladies, and you know, being in the West, we have a huge room that is traditional West.
Be neat. Oh, this is going to be a fabulous Christmas house. It's one that you really do not want to miss. You really do not want to miss this house. You do not want to miss just the opportunity, like we said, of the festivities. Even if you don't want to come and buy something, please come, purchase a ticket and help us. Help your community. It's something that you can do and feel so good about it. It's not like, you know, I've talked to all kinds of people, girls, and you know, they come. It's a tradition, which is so cool. They bring their daughter. I was at a garage sale this summer, and the ladies go, "Oh my gosh, you're with Christmas House?" They go, "We went the first time last year. I don't know where we've been." They go, "We are going to go every year," because there's so many people that don't know about it. So if you don't know and you've just tuned in, we're talking with the Christmas House Chairs. 48th year Christmas house here in our city. It's all goes back to our community every single time. And one thing I love about this organization, you know how many organizations, and I'm not bad-mouthing anybody or discrediting that, but many of them get paid. Somebody on that board gets paid, or, you know, down the line, but not this organization. We all give every bit of our time, every bit of our, you know, money. and then still, yeah, it all goes back to the community, and we make a lot of money to put back into this community. So if you haven't heard, the ladies have already told us, Christmas House Chairs, we have Nancy Kaufman, Tandy Opsal. Yay! Yay! And Karen Kent. And many of you may see them and know who they are. And we are talking about Christmas House 2016 traditions. And there's going to be so many great rooms this year. And again, you cannot miss it. So for you who just tuned in, it's December 2nd and December 3rd. Like Tandy told us, it's always the first weekend. And that's always good to say because then people put that in their mind. It's always the first weekend of December. And so it's always 9 to 7 on Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturdays. So come, $6 only to go through this fabulous home and just enjoy and get the food in the kitchen. And there's one thing I want to tell you. You know, my husband and I always have issues when we go to sometimes potlucks and pot blessings and all, because we don't know what kitchen it came from. And I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but for me, that's an issue, and for my husband. And so I want them to know that it is done in the most cleanliest manner, that we use the neatest homes, and food you're getting, you're not going to have a bunch of cat hair, dog hair, whatever, you know, it's just not going to happen. You're going to get from baked fresh right from a very clean kitchen. And so you have nothing to worry about.
We're also very careful about particularly nut allergies. So if we're if we're
good.
using nuts, I mean, if I'm chopping up walnuts, I don't do anything else on that board. It is just walnuts. We wash it and start with something else. And so even the nuts
That's
we do
good.
use, we separate every single variety. We don't mix them, and we're really conscious of that.
And last year, you know, a lot of the ladies, Nancy, they made gluten-free stuff, and we made nut-free stuff, which we are doing this year too.
Yes.
So there is something for everybody. You don't have to worry about if you are allergic to nuts. It's going to say on there.
It'll
Right.
say.
The little
It'll
tag.
say if there's nuts in the product that we have, yes.
Yes, yeah, because I mean, we don't want anybody going into shock and dying
Although
on us.
there's
from-
nurses on scene, but we
got
don't want to
nurses
have to
on
go
set.
into that capacity, though.
That's true, though. There are a lot of nurses,
Yeah.
huh? And I love all of the ornaments that are always at Christmas House in the variety. Have you guys seen any of them yet? Besides the little,
Oh,
hold
yes.
that up again. That is the
This is so
cutest
cute.
thing. And it is made out
We
of
have
wine
moose.
cork.
Most of them are moose this year.
Yeah. And do they all have the little skis? And
No, just a few of them have the skis.
But everyone's different, so
They're
that's
adorable.
good.
Everyone is
That
individually made.
It is just too cool, the little eyes and everything on there. And then, of course, we talked about for the viewers that just tuned in. Tandy, tell them this is from the Vintage Room.
That's from the Vintage Room. Like I said, that was a doll that we found at an estate sale. And then, of course, we had a member who did a wonderful job with her Christmas outfit. The Vintage Room is chaired by my mom, Connie Glassman, and we have been searching for a year at garage sales, secondhand stores. You'd be amazed what kind of things you find. And then what we do is we actually look up on the internet to see what is it that we found and what's the value of it. And we never price it at higher than what we find. We actually always price it lower. And there are some very valuable items, collector's items, some really incredible things in the Vintage Room.
And
then-
as
yeah,
we
go ahead.
as we stated before, her coat is made from the curtains that were hanging in the governor's office
That is so cool.
before the
Yes.
renovation. So not only do you have a vintage doll, you have a piece of history.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
wearing a piece of history.
That is really neat out of the governor's office, those curtains. I mean, that's on that doll. And then, you know, the quilt. You know, we have people come to Christmas House just to buy
Yes, we
quilts
do.
every year. So, do you guys have a lot of quilts this year?
We have 11 or 12 big-size
so-
quilts.
yeah, so
not
that's
as many
not as
because,
many, so people
because
better get there.
We usually do the quilts.
Yeah. Yes.
I do have to brag on the raffle quilt that we have this year.
My goodness.
Nancy
it's
and I
beautiful.
and Trudy Clark made this quilt. Nancy met this lady at the quilt show in
April.
April, and she's actually from just a little bit north and east of Denver. And when she found out about our organization, she offered to quilt this quilt at no charge. And so when I went to pick up the quilt, she was amazed that we were actually raffling it. She told me that it retails around $4,000.
Wow. Wow.
Beautiful.
And that's just for,
So you-
how much is the tickets? They could
$1.
get that.
$1.
$1 ticket.
for the raffle
You could get a
ticket.
$4,000 quilt.
So, and it is something else. It is really, truly an
Wow.
amazing
It's beautiful.
piece of art.
So, okay, you know what we didn't touch on? Do you guys have the 50-50 raffle this year?
We do.
Yes.
Oh, nice. And that, so you get half of the money. And one year, somebody got $1,700. Wasn't half of it, or $1,100?
It was a lot.
It was a
Yeah,
lot.
it was a lot of
and,
money.
And so you
And
can
that's
get, you can buy
cash.
Yeah,
Straight
that's
up cash.
Straight up.
Sorry.
Straight up cash. I think that's cool.
We actually have 3 raffles.
Wow.
3 raffle. We have the 50-50 raffle, which is straightforward. Buy a ticket, get half
the
the
money.
cash.
Right.
We have a special free raffle
We do.
that I'll let Tandy talk about. But then we have the another raffle that's the quilt. There's a beautiful Adirondack love seat made by the husband of one of our members. There is a wine cabinet, another beautiful woodworked glass made by another husband of one of our members, and a necklace that somebody from Colorado,
Lisa Winta donated.
and she just
Wow.
donated it. I mean,
Wow.
so all the proceeds of the raffle will also go to the
That's
community.
so nice.
But-
yeah.
So this year we're doing something different. I have been going to the gala for the Rocky Mountain Raptor program in Fort Collins for several years. My son kind of introduced me to it, and I've been passionate about going and supporting that organization. And I got to talking with Lisa Winta, who organizes the gala, and she was telling me that she would love to help us, and that's why she donated the jewelry. It's a handmade jewelry piece that she does wonderful work. A lot of people look for her jewelry. And then she said, well, can I give you a basket full of items from the Rocky Mountain Raptor program? And I thought that would be wonderful. I'd love to let people know, because the raptors, eagles, hawks, you know, those beautiful birds you see flying in the sky, they get hurt and injured, need help too. And so I wanted to promote the existence of the Rocky Mountain Raptor program by this free raffle. All you have to do is fill out a raffle ticket and put it in, no cost at all, and somebody's going to get a basket full of wonderful items. And hopefully we'll put the word out about the Raptor program, because they actually help the birds in this area as well. So if you see an injured bird or
But
something.
that raffle, we got some great things for those
Oh, yes.
raffles.
Yeah, we do.
And so, can they contact? What information do we need to give them for contact information, especially across the bottom of the screen, to call for tickets, anything of that, you know?
Well, they can get tickets early, or you just pay for them at the door. You don't have
Yes.
to have a ticket on hand to get into the door. You just come to the door with your $6, and we're happy to let you in.
Yes, and then if they do want to pre-do a ticket, they can call 307-421-3011, and that'll be at the bottom of the screen, so you don't have to worry about that. And periodically, they'll be across the screen, so if you miss that, you can go back and get that information. Okay, again, where is Christmas House?
9880 Crystal Mountain Road.
Yay!
Which is off of Whitney Road. So if you're on the northeast side of town, you'll know where Whitney Road is. And this beautiful home is the home of Jennifer and David Audley. And this is their dream home. This is what they've been planning on for their retirement, and it's an absolutely gorgeous home. You'll be amazed by the staircase. It's the feature of the home. So even if like Charlene says, if you don't want to purchase something, you have to come and see this beautiful home.
Yes, and only $6. Come on, $6 to get in, and it's a great day, and you can bring your daughter or your granddaughter, or just have a tradition. And what a great year to start that tradition, because Christmas House 2016 is called Traditions this year. And tell them about the trolley again, because that's a big deal.
The trolley will run, and the city of Cheyenne helps us and gives us a special rate to run the trolley, which we're very grateful for. It'll pick you up at Our Savior Lutheran Church at the corner of Del Range and Van Buren, right next to Deldine School, and shuttle you right to the door of the house. We'll have a tent there if it's cold,
that's always
a heated
nice.
tent, and then it will pick you up at the end at the garage doors and take you back to your car, and they run constantly. So.
And you know, many people like to come now with a heated tent, because they used to have to stand out in that freezing
Yeah,
cold.
you won't be standing in the freezing
You
cold.
won't have to stand in the freezing cold. So if you want to come early, get in line, and get one of these horses.
Or an angel, or a vintage doll.
Yes.
Or a quilt.
Yes.
Yeah, and we could have probably filled this. I mean, we have so many things you just wouldn't even believe. We've got so many beautiful things that we have made this year for Christmas House, and so there's something for everybody. Like we said, there's pet room, there's children room,
Right.
there's all kinds of room, West
Yes.
room, and
A lot of people think, oh, like I'll just go with my sister or my daughter or something. They don't want to bring their husband, but my husband
Husbands
comes
love it.
through every year. Yes, last year he went through 3 times, and 3 times he had an armful to purchase.
Yeah.
So there is something for everyone, including the men.
Yes.
So please come.
that's the truth. You know, when we had the man cave, wow, there were some great things
There
for
were
men.
some
Yes.
great things
Great
in that
things.
room.
And you know what? And there's still a lot of stuff for men. And man, I'll tell you, it goes so fast. We only got a couple minutes. What can we really get in that's really important?
December 2nd, 9 a.m.
Amen.
to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
December 3rd, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Tickets
Oh.
are $6, and children under 5 are free. So
Yay, we didn't
we
even
love
say
children
that.
to come
Children
through.
under 5.
Yes.
Yes, that's a big deal. Children under 5 are free.
And there
they
are
love it.
plenty of wonderful items that the children can find. Like we said, the marshmallow
Marshmallow
shooters.
shooters.
Those are very popular. We have little tutus for the little girls. We have wonderful items in our children's room, our pet room. I personally am a huge pet fan, and I have lots of items from the pet rooms of past. So definitely go there too.
Yes. We thank you so much for joining us. I thank my guest, my wonderful friend here, Karen Kent, and Nancy Kaufman, and Tandy. We just are so grateful you joined us today. Please go and be a part of your community. Go and buy a ticket to this year's Christmas House. We've told you over and over, and you can go back and see the graphics across the bottom of the screen if you missed the address or where the house is. You can always call 421-3011, and that's 307. Because of course we get people that come from all over Pine Bluffs,
we
and
do.
you know, people come from Nebraska.
We get
and
people
everywhere
from
to
other
Christmas
states.
House.
Yoder?
You can
Yes.
you can find us on Facebook. We have a website.
Oh, yes, that's right. And that's what's the Facebook one?
Women's
we
Civic
got a
League of
36
Cheyenne.
Women's Civic League of Cheyenne on Facebook. Go and like that and go and see, because we'll have things probably posted on there of what we will be doing this year. And thank you again for joining us. And I want to thank these gals for their hard work. And I
Thank
know,
you, Charlene.
I know Christmas House is a lot of work for everybody, but we love it because we know how important it is for our community. So be a part of it, won't you, today? Go to Christmas House 2016, 9880 Crystal Mountain Road. It's a beautiful home. First week of December. We thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully you will join us next time with Today with Charlene.